Today I want to talk about growing a lemon tree in a pot. You do not need to grow, obviously, a lemon in the ground. It's very easy to do. The first thing that you want to do is, of course, I bought this particular lemon tree, I think from Lowe's or Home Depot. And this is actually, as you can see, the size is, sorry about the airplane. As you can see, the size is very, the airplane go across. The size of the lemon gets about as big as like a cantaloupe. In fact, some of mine are really, let me show you. There's a really big one. They're really heavy, and again, these are Ponderosa lemons, and they're very easy to grow. So I started it in a smaller, when I first got it, it was probably maybe 3 feet high, and I obviously put it in a smaller planter, and as it got bigger, transferred it. This one is probably ready for another bigger pot, so probably after the end of the fall season or spring, when spring starts again, I'm gonna put it in a bigger pot. This tree has gotten really big. It's probably 6 feet, which is really nice. The lemons have not gotten yellow. They're starting to turn yellow, which is really nice. As you can see at the very top, they're starting to turn yellow. The branches are extremely heavy because of the weight of the lemons. In fact, we had one of the branches break and lost about 4 lemons. That's so sad. As you can see, this one here is kind of bending, and we've had to tie it down. But very easy. We water it every day, probably a pot full of water a day in this size pot. It takes, and this is every day. This particular plant we've had for about 5 years, and this is the first year that it's bore fruit. I don't know what happened. Every year I would prune it, and it just, took very great care of it. And this year I decided not to prune it, and as you can see, some of the leaves at the top are kind of brown. Those are from last year. So when I didn't do any pruning, it bore fruit. I don't think that had anything to do with it, though. I think from what I read, it takes about 4 or 5 years for a new lemon tree to bear fruit. So I was very excited about that. Before I had this lemon tree, I had an orange tree, and it never bore any fruit. We had it for about, I think, probably close to 6 or 7 years. It just never, the tree was actually in a pot as well, and it was very beautiful and big. It just never did as well as the lemon tree. I probably will always keep it in a pot. They're very easy. In fact, I grow quite a few fruit type trees and bushes in pots, such as I have a blueberry bush, and they grow tons and tons and tons of blueberries, and the birds enjoy them, and they're also very easy. And these are about, I would say, probably 6 years old. So extremely easy to grow your lemon trees or any type of fruit in a pot.